Hello and welcome to the WineGB Awards 2020, a ceremony with a bit of a difference this year as we come to you via the power of video streamed over the ether into the comfort of your own home, but hopefully no less enjoyable for it. So feel free to tuck into your popcorn, roll out your own red carpet, dress up or not. Whatever you want to do. Either way, please do get in touch. Send in a picture or a comment, join in the action. The team at WineGB are manning the social channels and they would love to hear from you. They are at WineGB on Instagram and Facebook or at wine_GB on Twitter. And please do use the hashtag WineGB Awards. My name is Peter Richards. I'm a Master of Wine writer and broadcaster, and my role here is to guide you through this virtual awards ceremony. We're going to be hearing from all the judges, from Chair Susie Barrie MW to Co-Chair Clarke OBE and fellow judge Rebecca Palmer. Now, they're going to be telling us about how on earth they managed to judge this competition in a crazy coronavirus year. They're going to be telling us about where it happened and also what they took away from the competition. Now, the medals have already been announced, but here we're going to be revealing the trophy winners, the best of the best. So that's really exciting. We've also got a few surprises up our sleeves too. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to hand over to Chair of Judges, Susie Barrie MW.
This has been a unique and extraordinary year, as we all know. And I think our biggest challenge in 2020 was simply making the WineGB Awards happen. But everyone, and I mean everyone, was absolutely determined because we all know that this year, more than ever, we just need to get the message out there about how great English and Welsh wines are and get more and more people buying and drinking them. What I'm loving at the moment is the innovation among our winemakers and the way they're pushing every boundary. So yes, there are loads of fabulous traditional method sparkling wines out there, but there's also, for example, Bacchus made in every style you can think of. There are sweet wines, there are skin contact wines made in Quevri, there are pet nat styles, there's even sparkling Merlot. I mean, it's fantastic to see, and I just hope that spirit of giving things a go keeps on going. In terms of judging, having just one panel of 3 judges was really interesting, and I actually loved it. I mean, partly because Oz and Rebecca are so experienced and you always learn such a lot from working with really good people. But also, when do you ever in a wine competition get to taste every single wine? I mean, it's a lot of work, but I knew that by the end of the week of judging, everything had been judged to exactly the same standards. We also all had a brilliant overview of the wines that are available right now, and frankly, we were just so impressed with the quality. I can tell you there were a lot of smiles and a lot of laughs during our judging week, and I think that only really happens when you are tasting great wines.
Right, let's get this show on the road. The moment we've all been waiting for, the beginning of the trophy announcement. Now, trophies are for wines scoring no less than 96 points and judged to be the best within their category. We're going to start with the sparkling wines, and here are the first 4. So, the winner of the Berwick Trophy for Blanc de Blanc, sponsored by Core Equipment, is Jenkin Place Vineyard Blanc de Blanc 2015. The winner of the President's Trophy for Best Classic Cuvée Non-Vintage, sponsored by 67 Pall Mall, is Ashling Park Estate Ashling Park Cuvée Non-Vintage. Moving on, the winner of the Dudley Quirk Trophy for Best Sparkling Non-Classic Blend, sponsored by VineCare, is Breaky Bottom Cuvée Michel Moreau 2014. Finally, in this section, the winner of the Mike Roberts Trophy for Best Classic Cuvée Vintage, sponsored by NFU Mutual, is Hattingley Valley Wines King's Cuvée 2014. Whew. Right, after all that excitement, I think we all need a bit of a sit down. So I'm going to pause and hand over at this point to competition co-chair Clarke OBE with his thoughts on the numbers and trends in this year's competition.
I've been enthusing about English wine for almost as long as I've been enthusing about wine. And I've just watched and felt the improvement in our sparkling wines, in our still wines, year by year. And it really is year by year. The kind of Pinot Noir and Chardonnay still wines that we make now, we just couldn't make even 5 or 6 years ago. The quality of the classic cuvées, as people lay down reserves and manage to blend them together into their non-vintage styles, is simply fabulous. And what's also exciting is every year more counties become involved, more new producers that I may not even have heard of. In a challenging year like this, it was so important that people entered their wines for our competition, and we're really grateful to those of you who did. We had 281 wines entered. 34 of those got gold medals, 98 got silver medals, and 113 got bronze medals. Every single medal is valuable in these awards. A bronze medal is really worth getting. It shows that we thought the wine was a genuinely good example of the style of wine it's trying to be. A silver medal means that the wine is fabulously good, one that we would long to have a second and a third glass of. And when it comes to gold medals, it just means, quite frankly, they're world class.
Thanks, Oz. A mighty fine shirt to liven up proceedings. The perfect complement to some mighty fine words too. Now, back to the remaining trophies for the sparkling wine. So, the winner of the Bob Lindo Trophy for Best Sparkling Rosé, sponsored by Boxes and Packaging, is Ashling Park Estate Ashling Park Sparkling Rosé Non-Vintage. The winner of the Hattingley Valley Trophy for Best Blanc de Noir, sponsored by Paris Smith, is Harrow and Hope Blanc de Noir 2015. And the winner of the Norman Cowderoy Founders Trophy for Best Prestige Cuvée, sponsored by Per Domini, is Chapeldown Kitscoty Cœur de Cuvée 2014. Now we've got our first big gong of the ceremony, the best of the best of the best. This is the trophy for top sparkling wine. Now, for this award, all the sparkling class trophy winners were retasted, and after much deliberation, an award was given. Now, here's Susie to say a few words.
Most years we've had categories that perform particularly well, and actually they tend to be different every year. And one of the most impressive this year was, without doubt, the classic cuvée category. In both the vintage and the non-vintage sections, we just seemed to taste wine after wine that was either silver or gold medal worthy. One of the most memorable moments of the week for me was on the last day, when we were tasting the final lineup of trophy-winning sparkling wines to decide which would be our top fizz of the competition. And I just sat there and I was virtually in tears. For a good reason. They were tears of joy, because it was just such an amazing lineup of wines. Most of them had a bit of age, but they were just all so different and so full of character and elegance and style. And I just thought, oh my goodness, the UK wine scene right now is just so exciting.
And now here's Oz to announce the winner.
And the Vintners Trophy for Top Sparkling Wine, sponsored by Rankin, is Hattingley Valley King's Cuvée 2014.
Simon Robinson planted the first vineyard here at Hattingley Valley in 2008. We made our first wines in 2010 here in the winery, and we released our first wine in 2013. And we have since grown to be one of the largest wineries in the UK and possibly the largest exporter to the rest of the world. The team here at Hattingley is absolutely integral to the quality of the wine. I couldn't do it by myself, and we are now probably about 10 people in the winery and vineyard. We are really keen on training our staff, so we send them to Plumpton, and people who have worked for us here have gone on to do all sorts of wonderful things all around the world as well as here in England. Just like to say thank you very much for winning the Vintners Trophy for the top sparkling wine, and thank you also to Rankin, who have sponsored this award, and I couldn't have done it without my wonderful team here at Hattingley Valley.
Congratulations to all Sparkling Trophy winners. We're now lucky enough to be joined by Oz and Susie's fellow judge, Rebecca Palmer, who's wine buyer at Corney and Barrow and long-term WineGB Awards judge.
Judging is always a fascinating process. It allows you to taste so many wines of a particular style all in one go. So it's a benchmarking process. You really get the chance to focus and go, on a deep dive into a particular wine style or category, and that is a real opportunity for a wine buyer, a wine specialist. Well, obviously from the get-go we were judging outside in an aircraft hangar at a winery in Sussex, which was a beautiful setting in the middle of a vineyard, and to be judging outside looking out onto the vines, exceptional. But also it was quite strange to be judging just the three of us, our tables so far apart, and unique to be judging all the wines in the competition rather than just a few of them, so we got a unique perspective. But actually the strangeness of being just the three of us and the quiet, the stillness, once we got used to it, actually it brought a lot of focus, and we were able to really concentrate on all the wines and their unique characteristics without interruption. It was really special. I'm looking for a combination of things. It's about star quality. You're always looking for wines that have that extra special something to offer your customers. And that is what's so thrilling about the wine scene here today, is that we are producing so many, and increasingly more and more wines that have this exceptional special something. Also, of course, we're looking for the quality of the wine drinking experience in terms of value for money also. And if you analyse many of the English sparkling wines on the scene today, they represent such incredible value for money.
Now, I don't know about you, but that's whetted my appetite for some more trophy winners, this time for the still wines. And they're as follows. The winner of the WAITROSE trophy for Best Still Rosé, sponsored by WAITROSE, is Gusbourne Cherry Garden Rosé 2019. The winner of the Jack Ward trophy for Best Still Bacchus, sponsored by Carpenter Box, is Chapel Down Kitts Coty Bacchus 2017. The winner of the Bolney Wine Estate Trophy for Best Still Pinot, sponsored by Murphy & Son, is Gusbourne Pinot Noir 2018. And the winner of the Tom Day Trophy for Best Single Varietal White, sponsored by Brunei Urban, is Chapel Down Kitts Coty Chardonnay 2017. Now, for the top still trophy, as per the top sparkling wine, all of these trophy winners were retasted. Now, over to Rebecca to announce the winner.
And the top still wine, the Wine Guild Trophy, sponsored by L'Allemand, is Chapel Down Kitts Coty Chardonnay 2017.
Hello, my name's Josh Donaghay-Spire and I'm the winemaker for Chapel Down. I'm here to say a huge thank you for this, the Wine Guild Trophy, which has been awarded the top still wine for our Kitts Coty Chardonnay 2017. It's a massive privilege, an honour to be awarded this trophy. This wine is something we're really proud of, something we've been working on for a number of years. From the site selection of Kitts Coty, which is best vineyard, through to the individual parcel selection for this particular wine. 2017 was a good year, and the fruit arrived with great flavours and good balance, and so the winemaking is relatively simple. Whole bunch pressed, minimal clarification, straight to barrel, spontaneous fermentation, leave it in barrel for up to 9 months, and then take it out and clean it up. The barrels are partly new, but also ranging through to about 7 or 8 years old. So really the testament for this goes to the vineyard team, for getting the fruit right, and I guess the winery team for not messing it up. So many thanks to both of those teams. This is something that we're all, as I said, really proud of. Thanks also go out to Laumond for supporting the trophy and to WineGB and the judges for organising such a brilliant competition. So thank you and cheers.
And now a few words from Peter Gladwin, Vice Chairman of WineGB.
Thank you, Peter. I'm joining you on a slightly breezy day in the Pinot Noir of Nutbourne Vineyards. In any normal year, Simon Robinson or I would be addressing a packed banqueting room full of producers, press and industry supporters. But of course, this is a year like no other, and our event is therefore virtual. The one advantage is that it can be shared with so many more people right across the world. We're justifiably proud of our competition. It sends out a powerful message of the quality, consistency and even audacity of the wines we produce in the UK. Our judges' knowledge, reputation and experience are second to none, and I must sincerely thank Susie Barrie, Master of Wine, the inimitable Clarke, and this year joined by the wonderful Rebecca Palmer. Thank you all. It's been said before, but remains as true as ever. We believe these awards are the BAFTA of the UK wine world. Next, I'd like to thank our lead award sponsors. WAITROSE and partners have been supporters of the UK wine industry for many years and contribute with great dedication and enthusiasm. And Rankin Brothers, a sixth-generation family business leading the supplies of cork and closures in the UK, and one of our gold patrons. Your commitment to supporting our industry is hugely valued. Thank you also to the WineGB patrons and trophy sponsors, including our newest industry partner, DOLPHIN, who have just come on board to work alongside our industry. It means a great deal to us to have the continued support of so many supporters. Earlier in the year, when we were grappling with the pandemic, we were not even sure whether it would be possible to hold a competition this year. Thanks, though, to the determination of Susie and Oz, and the very generous support of WineGB member Aisling Park in supplying a superb and safe venue, we have been able to go ahead. The organisation has been superb, and I want to add my personal thanks to our competition manager, Belinda Mercer, Julia Trustram-Eve, our head of marketing, and my co-director, Nick Wenman. Without the hard work they've all put in, this would not have been possible, and I believe it is our best competition yet. Being slightly later in the year, we've the chance to shine a light on medal and trophy winners for the Christmas trade. And today we're releasing a catalogue of award-winning wines to our many contacts in the UK wine trade and press. You can find out more information on the WineGB website. Also, thank you to our many friends on social media who have been actively spreading the word to all their followers. Most important, congratulations to all the medal and trophy winners. We are so pleased so many of you entered the competition. Every size, style and vineyard has taken part, and what a great result. Finally, a big thank you to Peter Richards for so ably guiding us through this great virtual event as our Master of Ceremonies. I hope you'll all agree with me. These awards celebrate the wonderful achievements of great wines grown in Great Britain.
We wanted to highlight the successes from around the WineGB regions. Here's Susie to announce the winners.
So, first up, we've got Wales and White Castle Vineyard Sparkling White Wine Vintage 2017. In the West, Sharp & Wine Limited won with their Bacchus Stop Ferment 2019. There were joint winners in the southeast, Aisling Park Estate, Aisling Park Cuvée Non-Vintage and Chapel Down Kitts Coty Cœur de Cuvée 2014. In Wessex, Hattingley Valley won with their King's Cuvée 2014. In the Thames and Chilterns, Harrow and Hope had their Blanc de Noir 2015 at gold. Midlands and North, Laneburg Wines Limited Bacchus 2019. And last but not least, East Anglia and Toughen Hall Vineyard Pinot Rosé Beatrice 2019.
We now come to the Lifetime Achievement Award. Now this one's a bit different because it's not part of the competition, nor are the judges involved. This one is chosen by the WineGB board, and it recognises the contribution made by an individual to the wine industry of Great Britain. So back to Peter Gladwin, Vice Chairman of WineGB.
I'm honoured to present the WineGB Award for Lifetime Achievement. This is an opportunity for the board of WineGB to acknowledge someone who has made a huge contribution to our industry over many years. I must stress, however, it's not a retirement award. We considered several hugely deserving nominees, all of whom are very active in our industry today. It was a difficult choice to make. However, I'm delighted to announce that WineGB's Lifetime Achievement Award 2020 goes to Stephen Skelton, Master of Wine, viticulture consultant, author and expert with over 50 years experience in the UK wine industry. Congratulations, Stephen.
Well, of course, I'm immensely proud and pleased to receive this award. Quite unexpected, I have to say. Lifetime, of course, sounds like a little bit like it's the end of my lifetime, which I'm surely hope it's not, and I hope to be going for a few more years. But thanks very much to WineGB. It's not only a recognition for the things that I've done, but it's a recognition for the whole industry, which has come from the 500 acres that I knew when I first got involved to what is almost 10,000 acres now. An amazing achievement for the whole industry over the last 45 years.
A shirt to rival Oz Clarke's there from Stephen Skelton. Congratulations to him on both fronts. Time for a couple more trophies. The Rankin Award for Newcomer is awarded to the industry newcomer whose wine scored the highest in the competition. And that was Black Chalk for their classic 2016.
We have taken on a brand new shop, a brand new tasting room at our new home in the Test Valley, and we've also expanded the team.
We've also taken on 30 acres of vines across 4 different sites, looking after predominantly Chardonnay, Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier. There has been a lot of new things here at Black Chalk this year, and so it's been the icing on the cake for us to win the Best Newcomer Award. So thank you to WineGB and thank you to Rankin for our lovely Cork Award.
Yeah, what a fantastic way to start a new project and get this whole thing going. It's been a really difficult year, but this has really made some of it worthwhile. So thank you to Susie, to Rebecca and Oz, the judges, and a huge congratulations to all the producers that won a medal or a trophy. No mean feat, and we're very, very proud to be among them. Cheers.
Cheers.
The Boutique Trophy is awarded to the producer or winery whose wine scored the highest in the competition. This year there was a tie, so 3 wines were retasted, and they were High Clandon Estate Vineyard, High Clandon Endymion Cuvée Prestige Vintage 2015, Sugrue South Downs, The Trouble with Dreams 2014, and Breaky Bottom Cuvée Michel Moreau 2014. And the winner of the Camden BRI Jeff Taylor Award for Boutique Producer 2020 is Sugrue South Downs for The Trouble with Dreams 2014.
Welcome to Storrington Priory Vineyard in West Sussex, the home of Sugrue South Downs, The Trouble with the Dreams. I planted this vineyard in 2006 for a monastic order of Catholic priests here, the Norbertine order in Storrington. We planted the vineyard with mostly Chardonnay, about 60%, and 40% Pinot Noir, on green sand soil and unusually in an east to west orientation because of the nature of the field. It's a labour of love. It's given me many sleepless nights, this project. Maybe that's why it's called The Trouble with Dreams. But it's also given me very busy days and rewarding days. So I'm incredibly privileged to win this award, the Jeff Taylor Award, sponsored by Camden BRI for Boutique Producer of the Year. Winemaking is a collaborative effort, and I'd like to thank all of the people who've helped me over the years, particularly the team at Wiston Estate, where we make the wines, and notably for all of our Romanian friends who help us in the vineyards every single year. We couldn't do this without them. On a personal level, I'd like to dedicate this to my brother, Boz, who is just a wonderful influence in my life and continues to be. And my beautiful girlfriend, Anna, who sadly can't be here today because she's teaching the next generation of students at Plumpton College. But there's a very special lady who I lost in my life this year, and that's Noodles, Noodles the Wonder Dog, who's been by my side in this vineyard over the last 12 and a half years. To Noodles, thank you.
Now, the judging in this extraordinary year took place in Ashling Park Wine Estate in West Sussex. Apparently, it involved things like an aircraft hangar and personalised portaloos.
Judging this year was very challenging. We were socially distanced for a start. There were only 3 judges instead of 12, but that meant that we each tasted every single one of the wines, and I found that tremendously exciting. It also allowed me to have a really good overall view of what the state of wine is in our country. We were down at Ashling Park, which is a heavenly estate down in Sussex near Chichester, and we were in a sort of hangar cum barn which opened out to the vineyard. So we were lucky with the weather. Day by day we thought, is it going to break today? No, it didn't. The sun kept shining. The breezes kept blowing across us as we judged with a fantastic view. So in terms of challenge, yes, it was challenging. In terms of pleasure, it was very enjoyable indeed.
Our final few trophies. The first is for Winery of the Year. Now, this is for the winery that has produced the most impressive gold medal wines, whether made for their own brand or for others. All wines are retasted, much discussion ensues before white smoke emerges. The McAlpine Trophy for Winery of the Year, sponsored by Rankin, goes to Wiston Estate.
So Wiston Estate is all about people and place, and our family have been here looking after it for just over 275 years. The vineyard and winery project was a passion project from my mother Pip, who's from South Africa, and we planted the vineyard in 2006. You can see behind us the Cocard press, which is one of only 5 outside of France, and we're delighted to be able to use that to gently press the grapes and therefore make the unique expression of what is coming out of this very special place.
It's been a fantastic journey over the last 15 years here at Wiston Estate, and we're delighted to accept this award, WineGB Winery of the Year Award, sponsored by Rankin. I'd like to thank all of our fantastic team here. We're a wonderful, small team who are committed to making the best wines for both ourselves at Wiston Estate and for all of our contract clients. Thank you very much indeed, WineGB.
So now we come on to the culmination of these awards, the Supreme Champion. Judging this involved a taste-off between the top still wine and top sparkling wine. And the winner of the Gore Brown Trophy for Supreme Champion 2020, sponsored by Brewing Dolphin, is Hattingley Valley King's Cuvée 2014. Let's hear from Emma Rice, head winemaker at Hattingley Valley.
So barrels are absolutely integral to the signature style of Hattingley Valley's wines. Every single wine we make virtually has some kind of barrel aged or barrel fermented element to it. The King's Cuvée in particular is 100% barrel fermented and aged. The King's Cuvée came about originally because in 2010, our very first vintage, we wanted to keep the wine that we'd made from our home vineyard completely separate. And the only vessel that was small enough in which we could safely store that wine was a barrel. So the first King's Cuvée came about by default rather than by design. And we loved the wine so much that we have then consistently done that every year from our own home vineyards or vineyards managed purely by us. We take the very best barrels of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier to blend together to make the Kings each year. So the number of bottles that we produce varies according to how many barrels we select. It could be anything from 3 barrels up to 14 barrels, but it's always a very low production wine. It's a joy to make this wine. It sort of makes itself. In fact, we have to do very little to it apart from fermenting it and blending it and putting it in bottle. Thank you very much to the WineGB judges this year for selecting Hattingley and the King's Cuvée to win the Gore Brown Trophy for Supreme Champion. And thank you to Brew & Dolphin who sponsored it. I'd also like to extend our congratulations to the other trophy winners and all of the medal winners this year.
So that's all from the virtual WineGB Awards Ceremony 2020. Many congratulations to all the winners. Believe me, after 15 years of marriage to Susie, I really do know how hard-won praise from her can be. It's well deserved. And thank you also to everyone who entered for their support. You can find the full list of winners on the WineGB website, which is winegb.co.uk. Thank you to you for watching. Thanks also to filmmaker Paul Olding of Dionysus Films. Thanks to photographer Tom Gold, judging hosts Aisling Park, main sponsors WAITROSE and Rankin, plus of course all the trophy sponsors. Thanks also to International Water Solutions, Sensible Wine Services, not to mention everyone at WineGB and particularly Belinda Mercer who makes these awards happen, and Julia Trustramini. Now, this is my time to sign off, but I believe that Susie, Oz and Rebecca have something very brief to say at this point. Trust them to want to have the final word.
Congratulations to everybody, and here's to next year.
Huge congratulations to all our wonderful winners. Happy drinking, one and all, and see you next year.
So here's to all of you, all of us, in our great British wine community.
Why are you still watching? It's time for a drink.